Welcome back to Factorio's Space Age. Research is going. Got all kinds of stuff in the queue here. Checking these off the list of things that we planned to research here. Got the captive biter spawners, quantum processors, foundations, legendary quality, electric weapon damage 3, just because it's technically not one of the infinite researches, fusion reactors, and railguns. And after these are done, we have two more things we're preparing to research. It's going to be the Prometheum Science Pack and the portable fusion reactor. It's going to be all sorts of good stuff. It's going to be a little bit difficult to make, but we will worry about that when we actually get to that point. For now, we're just looking to see what our limiting factors are here. Seems to be mostly, at this point, the agricultural science packs, which is good. If needs be, we can continue to expand this, get more labs going. But for now, it's doing its best. In terms of labs, they are working. Research speed of 3.5. Doing 130-ish per minute here. Pretty good. It's 130 per minute, and we have like 18,500 research to do, so it's gonna take a little bit here. We can do stuff while we wait. One thing we're going to need to worry about eventually here is launching back off this planet, so we should try to get everything we need here for a rocket. That is processing units, low-density structures, and rocket fuel. We got some things in here that are technically making some of these. And processing units are also being made, technically. It's somewhat going based on the copper and stuff. And the low-density structure box also needs some copper. It's 20 copper per, and we need like 50 of it. That's a sizable amount of copper. Let's get that going. Start making that. We should have a decent amount of rocket fuel being made, since we're getting the bioflux and the jelly constantly brought over. Should be... it's only like 50 of each even. So that should be fine. Okay. And the rest of that rocket fuel can keep being brought over to fuel things. Over at the fuel. Rocket fuel powered steam engine boilers. When it works, it works. When it works, it works. Okay. And these are technically kind of going. Some of them are just being put into this box for now. Some of them are also getting put into the processing unit maker though, so it's mostly fine. So I've taken damage over at Novice. We have automatic repairs going on over there, so that's great. I think eventually this process here will make us enough of these bits. So we put enough copper in here. We can always add a little bit more. In terms of actually producing enough ores and stuff, it's a process. Grabbing ores out. No ores left. All the bacteria rotting out. And then we've got the eggs, which are being taken and brought places. How are these doing in terms of using those up? A lack of pentapod eggs coming in. This one over here has more pentapod eggs on the way. They can put in, they're making science. Then they get brought over. This not where it gets put on. It all just kind of works. This one's bringing in 0 pentapod eggs for some reason. It's just prioritizing the other station first. It does seem to be perhaps the limiting factor here. Pentapod eggs. Waiting for more items. Well, you're not going to get more items. The stack inserters only move once they actually have the full stack, I guess. Probably don't really need it at this point. So there's going to be a couple signs just in stacks here. We did bring extra, though. So even if there's some in all the labs and some on the belts, they'll be able to get to the end of the researches successfully. Well, that's good. So I'm just hovering here at the 130-ish. Okay. It does look like the current limitation is pentapod eggs. If we increase the amount of pentapod eggs coming in, that would increase the amount of science being used. Doesn't look like we're having any problems with the... They're going pretty continuously. These slow belts might be a little slow if we go any further. The one thing we could potentially do, it's probably gonna be necessary if we want to increase anything, just make just so many fast underground belts. We'll replace the slow regular belts here. So once we actually add in all the fast undergrounds, it's just gonna keep working. We already have fast regular belts everywhere else here. So if we were wanting to make just so many of these, we would need to basically start from scratch here. Or we could set this up with more foundries, trying to make more. They've got bonus production and stuff, so probably be worth it. I have to set this up to actually do this. Needs the plates and transport belts to make the regular undergrounds, and then more gears to make the fast undergrounds. Also don't have anything making the fast splitters, but it's a process here. Review. And this is a little bit in the way. Okay. So you can make some fast undergrounds. Needs belts and plates. We also have no inserters. Some more of those. Devastating amount of things we're trying to make. Slowly getting some circuits and stuff here. We also need to get the iron over to here. It's obviously slightly problematic. We got a box here that's doing its best to get to here. Is that seeds on the belt? That's not right. The box is empty anyways. Full. What we need now is to get this iron going in different directions. Let's place some of this in a different spot. It's going to be a splitter situation. And then split the iron over in the direction it needs to be. Huh. Fast inserter. Iron in here. That is underground belts. This is fast undergrounds. Which needs this. With power preferably. And we also need to get gears over here. We got gears over here. It's obviously not going over here. Where's these coming from? Coming up from here, this is the gear maker. Okay. In terms of space coming out from this one gear maker here, not a lot, obviously. Could do a separate gear maker over here. Might be just the easier way of dealing with this. Not sure where this is going. Anyways, Probably also put just the fast belts and stuff on here for right now. Since that's what we're using with our available supplies and stuff here. Gears there. Go. You're making gears for this. You're making fast underground belts. You're putting those fast underground belts into a box over here, because why not? Use a passive provider chest for that? Sure. I don't need a huge amount of these, but making some would be good. Let's make these fast transport belts. Item ingredient shortage, gears. Yeah, this. I'm trying to put iron somewhere here for some reason. I guess we rotated that around. Gears coming from here. Okay. This is making gears, that's making gears, that's using iron. These are also using iron. We're just not making enough copper currently. We're not getting backed up in terms of copper ore. So, what I really might need to do is more biochambers. Make more copper bacteria. It's working. Okay. It's basically going. How are we doing on supplies here? We have 51 low-density structures and 19 processing units. So, it's coming along. We could stop this from taking electronic circuits for right now. Just to get this finished here. All we need now for rocket completion. Got 12 here. That is the 50. Here's 50. Bulk inserters, 12. Now I just need 50 processing units. That's coming along nicely. Ish. Up to 23. Okay. So we're kind of sort of making some stuff here. We have 20 fast undergrounds here. It's the limitation of the amount of iron that's coming through here. It's also being taken and used for everything else. Most of the iron is getting up to all of these, if any copper ever got here. Also not making a huge amount of additional advanced circuits here, because no copper gets past the electronic circuits currently. How many? Making a few repair packs. That's okay. Robots are doing stuff. These are coming in. Boxes are pretty much full. This one's already full. Got the mush. Everything's going. No eggs are going to pop at any point here. We got the guns ready in case they do. Power is fine. Production is steady. Stuff's coming in. Yeah. If we want to increase things, we basically need to increase things. I also got these boxes here in the middle that don't really do anything currently. We're taking ore out of here. Do stuff. There's no ore though. Let's pick all that up. Copper from over here. The storage belt is more copper here. This one has copper and some random seeds. The random seeds getting in places is potentially concerning. They're around. Let's be aware of any potential bottlenecks. The other thing is requesting seeds, but obviously it's not all of them. What is this guy's playing? Take copper ore out of here and put it in here. It's not gonna do anything. If the copper bacteria stay in here long enough, they will become the ore. But putting in there is not going to do anything. We've got remove that. If they mess up over there, it doesn't actually work. Also put any modules in here. Could also technically help with some stuff. We got things going. Got some iron. Some boxes of iron, which are also kind of running out here. If this guy take them, put them in boxes, take them back off. Copper side of things. Storing some copper. Doing some extra is not a terrible idea. I think it's super necessary at the current stage, though. Okay. Right over here. Up to 44. There's a lot of undergrounds out here, though. 160, 200 slow undergrounds. Well, that's going to take a little bit. That's fine. We have a little bit. Also, here's almost all the processing units. Pretty much all we need those for is eventually launching ourselves out of here. Spore clouds doing fine. I'd say we're doing alright. It's working. Probably have enough time here to make improvements, though. That'd be nice. Filling back up the carbon fiber. That's also good. But instead of things, the copper goes back into it. See if we can make this work. Now this copper from here. It's more of an overflow than anything. It comes down to here. Underground here. There's more just gonna be a storage. Excess, if anything is extra. We only have so much copper. Let's start here. There's also a passive provider chest. Whatever that's worth. Not that we're asking to be passively provided with anything here. Of course. Okay. Do anything here to get the copper back onto the copper. Nothing trivially. It's kind of what we want. Just have access back up. Let's see here. The iron's really easy because it goes in and then goes out. It's kind of also after all these too, so that's also something. Copper eventually gets over to like here. If we had some fast express stuff, probably go a little bit further here. If that somehow work. This is getting the bacteria off here to make the copper. Kind of stay like that. This here doesn't need to be underground then. Could do something here with this. Maybe. Space is a bit of a premium here. We remove these, and that all connects? Yes. Okay. Take this. Got more here. Something of that nature. I mean, quite that many anything. Oh, it's right here. Most of that away. I'm going to turn on the storage of electronic circuits again. There's some plastic in there. I need too many electronic circuits. More for later. And some of these. Okay. I also just have just so much of this. Hey, we finally finished the first research. Research of technology using cryogenic science packs. Yep. Achievement. Took a little bit, but we got there. Okay. We got some seeds. Come out of here. Make the seeds in other spots. Like these. There's some seeds. Seeds over here. Jelly. Go. And the spoilage, I guess. I also don't need quite this much iron on us. Especially if we're actually succeeding in making the undergrounds here. Just 78. It's decent. We'll be able to at least finish one side here. Oh. Amazing. And then we can put all of the regular undergrounds into here. Okay, even more. Stored. Just waiting on the gears. Nice and slow. 2 plates make 1 gear. New recipe we could make here. The captive biter spawner recipe. 15 uranium-235, 10 biter eggs, a capture bot rocket, and 10 fluorocatone. My goodness. So, 1, it needs to have the uranium and biter eggs and capture bot rocket, which needs us to be able to actually capture and feed the biter eggs with the bioflux from here. Brought back to Novice to get the biter eggs, make the capture bot rockets, wherever those are. Then bring the eggs and the uranium and more capture bot rockets back to the frozen lands to get the fluorocatone there, because that's only where it is. And then we make it there, and then we can only build it back on Novice again, where it can capture a biter spawner. It's a captive biter spawner. This creature will require food and will slowly starve if not fed. Transform upon starvation. Captured by targeting it with this. A captive biter spawner. Just make a biter spawner. And if you don't feed it more bioflux, it will just become a behemoth biter. So that's helpful. And it's made in a cryogenic plant, of course. Okay. What do we do with this? It's a biter spawner. Make more biter eggs? Presumably. Crafting speed. It's got negative pollution. That makes sense. The biters and such like to eat pollution. Or they just absorb it. I don't think they like it. It does make them evolve, though. I don't know. Consumes, constructibles, spoils. Creature. Interesting. At any rate. Should have all these we need. 5. Go. Put these in here. And that'll build us a rocket that we're going to use when we leave. Eventually here. Okay. If I want to set up a fourth biochamber system here, would that be possible? It's currently requesting nutrients, and it's got all the water and eggs it could dream of. The eggs keep on multiplying. Water is coming from somewhere. It's over this way. So we're coming through the system. Okay, it's just coming out from here. It's pumping. It's doing fine. Got 2 pumps even. This is going to this way. This is going to only these ones. Alright. So we got water. That much is under control. It's making the nutrients. Does it have enough bioflux to continue to keep making more nutrients? Looks like currently yes. So we could try and see here if we could slap down another section here. And this makes more bioflux, and then makes the nutrients, feeds us the eggs. Do we have enough things for making more bioflux? How's that going? The bioflux making chamber is always working. The requester chest here constantly has jelly and mash on the way. Mash chests are doing okay. See it in it. Nothing else. So make as much mash as it can here. And the jelly chests are also doing fine. Let's try it. I'm gonna place it over further this way. Functional. Okay. Let's place this here. We're going to need some things, like more chests and power poles. Obviously do that. Requester chests and provider chests. Yep. That's how this whole system works here. Various bits, which still need power poles. Also need to feed this with everything. All the power poles set, and they're still not working. It's got stuff from other sections here. Okay. So this is requesting, and this is making things for this. That's gonna make some bioflux. The bioflux goes places. Provider chests. These guys. Bioflux get into here. This one has no nutrients. This is like a starting bit of nutrients. Or to actually start going here. Gimme. These are not very good nutrients, are they? Half nutrients! Woo. Alright. These ones are getting some nutrients. That's pretty good. That's going around there. These are here. We need to hook up the water. It's coming from here. Need some pipes. Eventually. And then we're going to need to buy eggs. It'll all work. All of this should have the correct everything it needs to actually do stuff correctly. All the different settings on all the different inserters and boxes should all be good. Okay. So this is to here. That gets to that one. This wire is connected to here. is connected to here. Regular pipes. Water. 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 Alright. Now it's got water. It's got eggs. Grab some more eggs to make more eggs. Okay. So this whole system here should increase science production by another 33%. We had 3 of the egg chambers going. This is a 4th, essentially. Assuming we can keep up with all the other requirements in terms of everything here. Looks like the mash is in short supply. Working. I have ingredient shortage. Working. We definitely go with more mash, it looks like. Besides that, it should generally be working here. This one's going. This one's going. Eggs are flowing. Eggs are in here. Eggs are being taken over to science production. And that is potentially starting this one up. Eggs on the way. Some. Well, that's going to start turning these on. Oh, this is completely full. What has happened? We are lacking chemical science. What? We got through here and it messed everything up. We tried to put these in. Weird. I replaced one piece of this, but not the second piece. That's not really very effective, is it? Weird. Go back through with another line of it. Let's turn off all the science. Weird. Now we're also low on the undergrounds. Go grab some more. Shove some more. 38 more. Well, I get things going again. And there's the quantum processors research. Gotta get the research going here before the rotting ones rot. Not helpful. Let's make sure it's technically not needed. Okay. So we got a new research here. Well, that is quantum processors. Needs processing units from anywhere. Tungsten carbide from the fire. Superconductor from the electric. Carbon fiber from here. Lithium plates from the frozen. And fluorocarbon from the frozen. Makes quantum processors, and half of the fluorocarbons turned hot. Made in electromagnetic plants. In places where electromagnetic plants can do what they're doing. So we need to bring stuff from here and there to there to make quantum processors. These are used for making other things. Okay. You know, currently using more than we have, but see if that actually holds up here. Well, the box is filling up. I guess we're just gonna need more science going. Not a terrible problem. Let's see here. Regular transfer belts, electronic circuits, and gear wheels. We're doing iron and stuff. Here's some iron. Got regular belts. Some. Doink, 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 doink. Alright, make another bunch of these. Grab some more electric circuits. So make a whole bunch of gears. If we increased it by a third, start getting to here. Once we run through this supply, we'll see if the science numbers are increasing here. 480, 470, 480. Being pretty consistent. And just a few more would get us over here. See if there's even space this direction to put more of these. Coral marsh. We should have some landfill. Grab some of that. Landfill guy. Okay. Also going to need all the other stuff for making this work. More fast inserters, more long-hand inserters, more medium electric poles, more steel. It's a process. Okay. And you. You're just in the way. Come on. Okay. Lab. This one goes middle. That's got the whole thing going there. Didn't quite get up there, it looks like. I just weren't standing close enough. It's fine. Got some science. This is the easy part, though. Enough more of these for this part. Let's extend that way. Don't have any small ones on us here. Let's continue in this part like this. This actually needs to be under to under. Does make sense. Huh. We got inserters, fast inserters from the closest one. Inserters from further away. It's a system. Long-hand inserters. These power poles. Okay. Long-hand inserters. There we go. And here too. And now they're going. Increasing science. How's this box doing? 350. So it's not keeping up with the amount we're currently doing here at 181, 182. Well, it's a little bit more than it was before with the addition of the additional addition. How's everything doing in terms of doing stuff? Working. The mush boxes are doing what they can. The robots are going. That's also a limitation here. We would need to increase the number of logistics bots flying around if we increase this much more than we currently are here. Power's doing fine. Okay. These are clogging up here, so we could add in additional chambers processing the mash if necessary. This is not filling up. It's all about to explode. We only have the one up here making the jelly nuts. And we get more jelly per jelly nut, so kind of works out. in general, it's basically working here. We've got our escape rocket. We've got space station still here doing stuff. I guess we could turn back on space science. Just want to research more things in the future. Why not? And still doing stuff here. We got 5.6k rockets. We got no rocks because they're all being chucked into space. Well, it's nice and empty now, so everything that needs to be done will be. Everything's kind of full. It's full of carbon, so it's not putting more sulfur in. Sulfur is also fine. This is gonna start using some carbon. It's full of explosives. You turn back on rockets. Let's make more rockets. Rocket production is shortage of explosives. Nope. I accidentally turned this at some point. That has stopped explosives from getting to where they need to be. Well, that's obviously not helping, is it? There is a danger in the recording process here. Because part of the stop recording includes R. So if we're not careful, we can accidentally rotate things. Like the explosives. Now we have more explosives being made. More rockets. More explosive rockets. Get those on the belt. Get it going. Okay. I'll start making more explosive rockets. And science. And stuff. There we go. Now it's ready to keep making some more explosives here. That's going to use more of the carbon and the sulfur. It's going to keep using that. It's going to use more rocks. Alright. These are taken out easily enough. We're doing on more fast undergrounds. Kinda getting there. Okay. Foundation's almost getting here. Rotate, rotate. Rotate twice, rotate twice, rotate twice. There's like upgrade planers and stuff, but it gets the job done. Kind of also doesn't because we don't have enough, but it's a work in progress. It doesn't seem to be the limiting factor currently, so. Let's see, additional everything there. So we still have this many more slow undergrounds to replace. All the research still going here? We're just running this out? Yeah, it's down to like 112. Once this box is done, we'll actually see how many we're actually making of things. New research. Over here it is foundation. Stone from anywhere that has stone, which is not as many places as it could be. Plus tungsten plates from the Han, and carbon fiber from here, and lithium and coal from the coal. Made in assembly machine 2s. Foundation. Engineered structural foundation with heat shielding and deep screw piles. Placed on lava, oil ocean, and most water. Well, what water can't it be placed on? Foundation. Like ice platforms and landfill and all that. But pretty much anywhere. Lava, oil, water. Just difficult to make. Foundation. Is that one foundation per all that stuff? Made in assembly machines, can be made anywhere. Going to be made at the last place because of the cold requirements. Yeah. Well, that's going. These are going. Speaking of the cold, how's things going over there? It's going. Item ingredient shortage. What are you missing? Lithium plates. Why is that? There's no ingredients. Why is that? There's no holmium plates. Okay. Well, there's no holmium plates because we used them all. And that is the limiting factor here. I guess if we're not doing any of that, we can kind of just turn things off here. Without any holmium plates, we're not making anything, we're not doing anything. Just gonna turn it off. It's gonna run out of heat, it's gonna slow down. Then when we come back here, currently all we're doing, accomplishing here is making ice and solid fuel and burning all the solid fuel. Production. Yeah, ice, solid fuel, lithium kind of just died. It's kind of just about time for that. No more lithium's happening. So it means no more lithium plates are happening. We're making the ice platforms. We got plenty of those. Science is also dying. Ice. Yeah. Solid fuel. Not making any more of that. Output is full of ammonia because we're not using that to make more solid fuel because that's also full. We don't need to burn more of it. We will be coming back here to do all the things that need to be done here. Currently it's just making more ice. Eventually that's also going to fill up. How's this box doing? Pretty good. Yeah, once the ice gets through here, fills up these boxes, which it's also doing a pretty good job of. Then it'll stop making any of that. Let's give us a nice big pile of ice to work with when we get back here. Either that or it'll freeze first, whichever comes first. Temperature dropping from like max though, so that'll work. Okay. Maybe this is mostly working. This box still has 150 in it. Everything's still going? These ones have stopped. Because these aren't the same kind of thing and they're not working anymore. Alright, give me some more fast undergrounds, please. This whole system sort of works. So that's the one in the middle. When it switches from the out to the in, it still works. It's when it's an in to an out, which isn't the same, that doesn't actually keep working. So that's important to note. There's only a few more fast undergrounds here. And that's going to be back to this system. Oh yeah, this shortage. This needs to fill it back up since we moved it further. That should fill this again. Everything else has been filled. But also it's been kind of waiting, so. Once it gets backed up again. So this is the current usage. Single fast inserter is enough to get it all where it needs to be. Dipping back down and up and down and up and down and up. Okay. Oh yeah. How many more of these do we need? 30. Okay. Well, it'll take a little bit more iron here. Make more processing units for the future, I suppose. We could limit the number of these. We are going to need to do some more launches here. Maybe we should keep making more things here too. If we want to be launching all like the carbon fiber and stuff, and bioflux and everything, we'll think about it. next time. Goodbye.